landfall on mainland China, where the storm is set to bring heavy rains to Fujian and Guangdong provinces from Wednesday. Laura Westbrook, Hong Kong.
Taylor Swift has confirmed the upcoming release of a 12th studio album called The Life of a Showgirl. The singer's latest album has been made available for pre-order already, but its release date hasn't yet been confirmed. From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
From the studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy, Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here. It's a Tuesday, the 12th day of August for 2025. Mike Will and Tyson Havronic standing by, ready to get you up, get you going here this morning with all the news, weather, and sports you need to get out the door. Going to be talking about the AP Top 25 College Football Poll. Texas is ranked number 1, and the Huskers are receiving votes, so we'll tell you about that coming up. 2 Nebraska football players have earned a single-digit jersey after a vote by the team. It's kind of a big deal at Nebraska, a great honor for the Huskers. It was a tradition started by Husker head coach Matt Rule when he came here. But 2 Nebraska football players have earned a single-digit jersey for this season. We'll talk about that coming up. Things getting underway for the American Legion World Series that gets underway on Thursday in Shelby, North Carolina. As far as Nebraska is concerned, Lincoln East is going to be playing in the College World Series for the second time in 3 years. We know who they're going to be playing and how they're shaped up with their pool play coming up this week, so we'll talk about that. Kansas City Royals in action last night against Washington. We got the first couple of games for the NBA regular season. They've been announced, and we've got your Christmas Day lineup as well. So we'll be talking about that coming up here in the month of August. Plus, we got some comments coming up from Nebraska Athletic Director Troy Dannon throughout the show here today. So thanks for joining us as we welcome in Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios. Good morning. Yeah, I don't hear Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios. I see Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios. I can't hear Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios.
There we
go. You go. Yeah, you got to turn on your microphone.
No. Well, just doing some funky things this morning. Good morning. I can't believe our top story isn't the game in the National League last night between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Colorado Rockies.
No, that can't be the top game if you're playing the Rockies.
A 3-2 thriller last night as Brandon Donovan delivers in the 8th inning. Tim Stroman had texted me midway through and is like, "This is a playoff game. Like, it's got playoff feel." Basically, I think the Rockies, being eliminated from any kind of postseason contention, we got to have some kind of playoffs here in August. So, yeah, a game with a lot of postseason feel, and the Cardinals pick up the 3-2 victory. Poor Stroman's actually in a battle right now on the fantasy baseball side of things. He's trying to secure his last 8 spot. So, good baseball last night. Donnie delivers. Michaelis threw 5 1/3 innings of no-hit ball. Remember, he was the guy that everybody was trying to chase out of St. Louis after giving up 8 home runs to the Chicago Cubs in that just dreadful series right before the All-Star break. He turns around. He looks flawless last night against the Colorado Bats, but they're able to scratch across the 1 run. But then St. Louis battles back in the 8th, and Donnie delivers. And I love the fact that my Cardinals have been kind of going through the Huddle Up Live Lobby row here with series against Chicago, and then you turn around and you get a series against Colorado. Breath of fresh air to be playing your guys' favorite teams because we've been whipping on them. So St. Louis playing some winning ball, but God, who's really playing winning ball right now and just driving off into the distance in that NL Central lead? How about Milwaukee? they are in rare air in terms of winning streaks. Not often do you get a double-digit win streak in the course of a regular season. Not often do you get it once, but it's really hard to do it twice. And Milwaukee now becomes just on a list of a handful of teams that have compiled multiple double-digit win streaks in a regular season, as the Brew Crew have now won 10 in a row. And again, everybody in the NL Central, and I don't think Cubs and Cards are going to argue with this. I think everybody's playing for a wild card spot at this point, because Milwaukee is a well-built machine, and a well-built machine that really reminds me of a lot of Tampa teams in the past, when Tampa's made their decent playoff runs. Not a damn star on one of those teams. Not one big mega star. You got Christian Yelich, sure. He was great a couple years ago, but he is an aging veteran at this point. They've been getting really good production out of their pitching. Obviously, the Miz is a young generational talent that's extremely fun to watch. But look up and down Milwaukee's lineup, man. Like, you're gonna tell me that Bryce Terang's a megastar? These guys just produce for this ball club. I guess you could kind of liken it to Arizona, when Arizona made their run in the National League postseason 2 years ago, and it wasn't like a big megastar on that squad, but they're producing and they're playing good ball still. Milwaukee right now is definitely the hottest team in baseball, and their back-to-back weeks at number one in the power rankings prove that. And so Milwaukee flexing again. It's tough to spit out the words congratulations on a second double-digit win streak on the season, but you got to tip your cap. They're playing good ball.
So that's the take in Major League Baseball. You lead off the show with an exciting series between St. Louis and the Colorado Rockies.
Well, it's better than leading it off with where I know you're going to go, and that's Rankers for Wankers again. Here we go. Top 25 poll is out.
You knew the AP poll was going to come out after the coaches poll was out last week.
I was waiting with bated breath. I could hardly wait.
Yeah, and it broke shortly after we got done yesterday. I thought, oh, there's our top story for tomorrow.
Sure.
Well, we'll talk about the AP Top 25 poll. It kind of mirrors the coaches poll. Not a whole lot of difference. Texas is ranked number one in the college football preseason poll. Longhorns receiving 25 first-place votes to give the Southeastern Conference a preseason number one ranked team for a record fifth straight year. Penn State was second in the preseason poll. The Nittany Lions received 23 first-place votes, recorded their highest preseason ranking since they opened the season ranked number one in 1997. Ohio State was third in the preseason poll, followed by Clemson and Georgia. Rounding out the top 10, you've got Notre Dame, Oregon, Alabama, LSU, and Miami. Illinois is in at number 12, Michigan number 14, Indiana number 20, USC, Nebraska, and Iowa are receiving votes. So your initial take on the AP poll?
Just as worthless as the coaches poll. Just as worthless as the Cleveland Clipper Herald Examiner
Big Ten poll.
Big Ten media poll. That don't mean anything until you play a game.
And ironically, the nation's number one ranked team for the first time ever is going to be an underdog in their first game of the season, as Texas will play Ohio State, and Ohio State is favored, the number 3 ranked team over the number 1 ranked team. So it's the first time ever that Texas has been ranked number 1 in the preseason poll, and it's the first time that a number 1 ranked team will play their first game of the season as an underdog, and that's kind of what you're alluding to. How can you be ranked number 1 when you're an underdog in your first game of the season?
It's pretty tough to do, isn't it?
Never been done before.
Pretty difficult. I don't know that they'll stay underdog. I could see that line getting really close to even by kickoff, and going off kind of like as an even spread. I think that would be awfully tough. But yeah, how is your national champion not coming into the season number one? You're going to tell me that your national champion is no longer your national champion until somebody knocks them off. But they're number two. We're going to go ahead and slide Texas in here because, well, I don't know if you know this, guys, but Texas, they at SEC, they got to slide. Yeah.
Nebraska is in.
It's junk.
Receiving votes. The Huskers are number 33. I guess if you count down to where they're at receiving votes, they got 23 overall points. You got to have 191 to get to 25th place in the poll, so the Huskers will have some work to do. Iowa is in there with 5 points, so they're behind us. Teams that are ahead of us in the teams receiving votes, BYU, Utah, Baylor, Louisville, USC, Georgia Tech, Missouri, and Tulane. Then you got Nebraska, and they're at number 33, I guess, officially in the poll. So there you go, preseason poll. I knew it would provide a lot of spark for you coming right out of the gates with the preseason poll.
It doesn't help, get me up in the morning. That's for damn sure. I yawned and nodded off a couple times.
But I agree with the people that you've got to start somewhere. You were talking last week about just demolishing all the preseason polls and starting at zero.
Bulldoze it. They're trash. They're worthless.
But after I thought about it, after that show last week, I thought
you do.
No, I think somebody chimed in last week that you got to start somewhere.
Well, you do start somewhere. You start somewhere by putting 100 teams on your map, on your radar. I had you leaning my way with a postseason contention watch list.
Yeah, the teams to watch.
And you were on that, and you said, oh, that might not be a bad idea. And then that watch list, slowly, as the season progresses, that watch list slowly loses teams out of the watch list. And then when you get to your first official college football top 25 poll for the playoffs that's actually put together by the committee, which is the only thing that really effing matters, then that's when you unveil your top 25. But that watch list slowly shrinks and moves. I just preseason rankings, they are so pointless.
They irritate you. Yeah, they irritate you.
They are. Well, they don't mean a damn thing. Preseason number one, woohoo! Texas is going to lose 4 games this year.
Oh, I don't see that happening.
They'll lose right out of the chute.
Well, they'll have a chance to win that game against Ohio State, won't they?
I don't think so. I think Ohio State clobbers the crap out of them.
Really?
I think Ohio State flexes. And then ESPN starts this narrative of, oh my God, what's going on? What's wrong with the SEC? We need to revamp this, revitalize this, figure out another way to rig it. Yeah, I don't. Texas loses right out of the chute.
You like Texas, don't you? You really do. I can tell that.
Yeah, they're my favorites.
So anyway, Texas in the preseason poll is ranked number 1. They'll try to become the 12th team to start the season and finish at number 1. Because the AP preseason poll debuted in 1950.
So you're going to tell me that only 12 teams, you're fighting for the validity of the top 25. And
yeah,
only since 1950, 12 teams have started number 1 and finished number 1.
Actually, 11 teams. They're trying to become the 12th.
Since 1950. It's 2025. And you're fighting for the validity of a preseason poll.
This is 75 years you're talking about.
That has been accurate 11 out of 75 times.
Last team to do it was Alabama in 2017. So it hasn't been done for 7 years.
8 years.
7 years, 8 years. So there you go. Take it for what it's worth.
Come to the dark side. Rankings don't matter.
All right, waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. This is a Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Okay, if you'd like to chime in with us, 402-834-1330. 402-834-1330. That's the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line. If you'd like to chime in with us, talk about the AP preseason poll. If you get the same feelings as Tyson does, who cares? Leave us a message on our social media sites as well. We'll take those as well throughout the morning. One other thing I wanted to bring up. We talked about Shedeur Sanders yesterday and his performance in his first preseason game. That was pretty good against Carolina the other night. I was over getting some computer work done last night with the IT guy, and we got to talking about it. He says when I finish here tonight, he's going to sit down and watch the replay of the Carolina game with Cleveland. Because we got to talking about it. Shedeur Sanders, he put up some halfway decent numbers.
It's playing Carolina, dude.
And it was a preseason game. But the IT guy went back and watched the replay of the first half when Shedeur was in the game. He didn't throw a touchdown in the first quarter when Carolina had their first string in, so-called their first string, the number one guys in the lineup. Shedeur did not throw a touchdown in the first quarter. He avoided a 20-yard loss scrambling with the ball. That was his first quarter output. And then he threw a touchdown pass in the second quarter when Carolina muffed a punt on their own 7-yard line, and they were able to punch it in. And then he scored the second touchdown against the number 2 and number 3s when Carolina had their 2 and 3s in the second period. So maybe the numbers are not as good as we were talking about yesterday. If you go back and actually watch the game and put 2 and 2 together, it doesn't add up to 4.
It's almost like the moose out front should have told you. Like I was saying, don't get overexcited. Pump the brakes. Let's just relax a little bit. Again, yes, he had a good stress test, but it was against A, Carolina, who's miserably bad, B, against their backups, who are miserably worse, and C, I think he was just playing with a chip on your shoulder, and you're throwing in a lot of ingredients. But those guys that he was playing against and throwing tutties against wouldn't start in the XFL or UFL or whatever the hell it's called. So let's just all relax a little bit and not shine the spotlight every damn day on Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, I told you yesterday I thought it would shake up the quarterback room.
No.
Now I'm not quite so sure. After we dive into what he did, he put up good numbers, but that's just for the newspaper guys. Yeah, you open up the newspaper, Shedeur had 100 and some odd yards throwing. He had a couple of touchdowns. That was a pretty good performance.
And you took the bait.
And then I took the bait. You reeled me in like a fish. And then, thanks to the IT guy for having some time on his hands last night, he actually sat down and watched the game. Yeah, it's not as good as we thought it was going to be. So,
well, yeah, and it was also Browns-Panthers. I can't
believe he actually spent. He didn't watch the entire game. He watched the first half when Shedeur was in the game.
Sure,
but still, even zeroing out the commercials, that had to be 30 minutes out of his life he'll never get back.
Oh, that's a painful watch.
It was.
That's a painful ass watch right there.
Carolina and the Browns. So anyway, more NFL preseason football this week. I forgot we used to have 4 weeks of NFL preseason football. Now we only got 3. I forgot they changed that a year or so ago. They only got 3 NFL preseason games now, so we're in the week number 2 this week.
I still think it can be cut by another week.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think 2 weeks is enough.
Yep. Do one game for the people that are on the cut line. Make your roster cuts. Do the second game as a dress rehearsal. kick the season off. Let's get football underway. It's time. Stop talking about preseason power rankings and polls. Just play the damn game. Suit up and go play.
I agree that 2 weeks is probably enough. Mm-hmm. It used to be 4, now it's 3. Maybe someday it'll get down to 2.
Well, again, the NFL teams keep losing their long-term investments before the season even kicks off. You're going to hear a lot of people barking for less preseason. Do that in training camp, Get your reps in earlier. All these people with now indoor practice facilities, and they can practice in the AC, and then let's get underway. They get a long enough layoff, man. They do. That February to July, even beyond, like last day of July, that's too much of a layoff without football. You got to get back in and get your training camp preparation done early, and then do 2 weeks of preseason. Hell, let's get this season started earlier than normal. The Super Bowl is going into February, which is bizarre and insane. Second week of February now. Used to be the last day in January. Remember that? That was in better times. So as long as we're prolonging this season into the second week of February, maybe we could scale that back a little bit and get you off the Valentine's Day holiday and maybe start your season a skosh earlier by having a little less preseason. I don't know.
Then you're dealing with heat and everything else.
Well, it's...
So, I don't know. A couple of thoughts there if you want to chime in with us again. 402-834-1330. 402-834-1330. That's the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line. If you want to join us at the breakfast table, so to speak, leave us a message on any of our social media sites. Lots of folks hanging out in the lobby this morning. Would love to get your thoughts, your comments here this morning. As you wake up with Mike and Tyson, this is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
We'll start first with the University of Nebraska Kearney, as they have announced that they will be cutting $4.5 million from their budget over the next 2 years. $4.5 million is part of roughly $20 million that the university system has to cut from their budget over the next 2 years. 2 years ago, UNK had to cut $2.3 million from its budget under former Chancellor Doug Christensen, which resulted in the elimination of 9 degree programs and 24.5 faculty positions. The announcement was made by Dr. Neil Schnorr, UNK's newest chancellor, taking over last month after serving as the president at Northern State University in South Dakota. Meanwhile, the Nebraska Department of Correctional Services continues its emergency response plan following extensive roof damage to 2 housing units at the Nebraska State Pen. The damage early Saturday morning, no reported injuries, and all impacted individuals were safely relocated. The storm impacted 2 dorm-style housing units at the Nebraska State Pen, which, as soon as my screen comes back on, housed 387 incarcerated individuals. Staff moving 250 individuals to the gym and available housing. The remaining 137 individuals were relocated to gyms at the Omaha Correctional Center and Tecumseh State Correctional Institution. Repairs will take at least 1 month. And 2 local cowgirls are among the more than 150 contestants that are going to be competing at the Oregon Trail Rodeo in Hastings this weekend. Kelsey Lowenstein of Shickley and Jordan Swan of York will both compete in the barrel racing at the Adams County Fairgrounds August 15th through the 17th. Contestants from 15 states will compete in Hastings this weekend as the Oregon Trail Rodeo partners in conjunction with Kool-Aid Days in Hastings. The PRCA Rodeo features competition in 8 different events. It is now coming up on 7:24. We'll swing things back over to you, Mike. What's going on in sports?
Well, again, for the first time ever, Texas will open the college football season ranked number 1 in the AP Top 25 poll. The Longhorns received 25 first-place votes to give the Southeastern Conference the preseason number 1 ranked team for the record 5th straight year. Penn State was second. The Nittany Lions received 23 first-place votes and recorded their highest preseason ranking since they opened the season ranked number 1 in 1997. Ohio State is third in the preseason poll, followed by Clemson and Georgia. Running out the top 10 are Notre Dame, Oregon, Alabama, LSU, and Miami. Illinois is 12th, Michigan is 14th, and Indiana is 20th. USC, Nebraska, and Iowa are receiving votes. 2 Nebraska football players have earned a single-digit jersey after a vote by the team. Wide receiver Dane Key will wear number 6, and defensive lineman Riley Van Poppel will wear number 5. A single-digit jersey is a great honor at Nebraska. It was a tradition started by Husker head coach Matt Rule when he came here. The 4 players that donned the single-digit jerseys last year will retain those numbers this year. Vincent Shavers Jr. will wear number 1. Marquise Buford will wear number 3. Malcolm Hartzog Jr. will wear number 7. And Deshaun Singleton will wear number 8. That leaves 4 numbers unaccounted for. Numbers 0, 2, 4, and 9. Lincoln East will play Rockford of Indiana in the first game of pool play on Thursday at the American Legion World Series in Shelby, North Carolina. First pitch will be at 10. Lincoln East will be appearing in the American Legion World Series for the second time in 3 years. They finished runner-up in 2023. Rockport will be making their 5th appearance in the tournament, finishing 6th in 1974, 6th in 1984, 8th in 2007, and 3rd in 2016. The other 2 teams in the 4-team pool are Portland, Oregon, and League City of Texas. Kansas City Royals beat Washington 7-4 last night. Same 2 teams will play at 6:40 tonight. The opening night of the 2025-2026 NBA season will feature the Houston Rockets at the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder. The other game will have Golden State at the Los Angeles Lakers. The games will be played on October the 21st and will be televised on NBC. Additionally, there will be 5 games on ABC on Christmas Day. Cleveland playing in New York, San Antonio at Oklahoma City, Houston at the Los Angeles Lakers, Dallas at Golden State, and Minnesota at Denver. That's a check on your sports headlines at 7:27 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
We start off Tuesday morning with some patchy area fog. Other than that, it'll burn off. Plenty of sunshine today and a high of 83. Slightly breezy. We'll have a north wind about 5 to 10. We can deal with that. 61 is the overnight low tonight, mostly clear. Sunny and 87 on Wednesday. As we go through the rest of the work and now school week, we'll be back into the 90s on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 91 on Thursday and upper 90s Friday into Saturday.
You wake up, get going this morning. We've got west winds at 5 with that fog out there. 94% humidity. It is cloudy, 63.
Have you checked the time lately? Good chance that Maletta Vista Winery is open. Hey, this is Mick with an update on our new hours. Tuesday through Sunday, we're open 11:30 to 3, and Fridays and Saturdays 11:30 till 9. Not sure what you want to enjoy when you get here? Well, Maletta Vista features award-winning wine, select beer, spirits, world-class foods, breathtaking views, and live entertainment. Visit MalettaVistaWinery.com. Check out our events page for music schedules and more. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Make your reservations now at Maletta Vista Winery, located on Highway 281, just north of St. Paul.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
Every football season, there's that one fan. The one who sees the upsets coming. The one who doesn't just cheer, they calculate. They survive. This year, that fan could be you. Introducing Extreme Sports Survivor, the ultimate test of football instinct. Pick one NFL team to win each week. No spreads. No gimmicks. Just survive. But there's a twist. Once you pick a team, you can't pick them again. One wrong call, and it's over. Your name fades. Your shot gone. But survive long enough, be the last one standing, and you'll win our grand prize. Not just the glory. Not just the bragging rights. Something more. Sign up by Wednesday, September 3rd at x-streamsports.com/survivor. Do you trust your gut? Can you outlast them all? This is more than a game. This is Extreme Sports Survivor.
All right, good morning. You're welcome. You're in with Mike Will, Science Center Product. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for this Tuesday. Again, get signed up for Survivor. It's our NFL game we're going to be playing this fall. In the winter, I guess. Going to be awarding the grand prize at the end of the season, which is 18 weeks. So
we hope to be playing into the winter. It's possible that we could have our lone survivor by September 30th.
Yeah, but
there's a real possibility. Like we lose half the field in week one.
Oh, you got 32 chances in week one. Not 32. Easy. You got 16. You got 16.
Sounds easy.
All you got to do is pick the winner. No spreads involved. All you got to do is pick a winner each and every week. But you can't use that. You can't use that team every single week. So if you burn the Chiefs in week one, you can't use the Chiefs for the next 17 weeks.
And if you burn the Chiefs in week one and they lose, you're out. You're done.
We're looking for one survivor.
If they stumble out of the gates and you're thinking that, well, let's at least get one safe in the fairway here, and they stumble out of the gate, you're done. Boy, wouldn't that be just disappointing? You've been looking forward to it, hyped up for 2 months, and you make your survivor pick and fall flat on your face in the opening week.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We could lose half of the field early.
Yeah, it might not be an 18-week competition. We might have to have Survivor number 2.
Yeah,
we might be into we might be into the second season by week 6.
For the second half of the season, have another Survivor series.
Try again.
Well, they do it on TV. Survivor 2.
Yeah.
We might have Survivor 1 and Survivor 2.
What are they into? They're like 9 millionth season.
Again, you and I will fill out the Survivor series to play along with everybody else, but we're not eligible for the grand prize.
We'll make Survivor selections Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Before the Thursday game.
Yeah, because you might have a Thursday game.
Well, we might make Survivor selections on Thursday's show, then do our Blazing 5 on Friday's show.
For the weekend. God, that's coming up real soon.
Dude, I've been so stoked.
Yeah, the college football season, well, it gets underway, I guess, with our game in it. I think we got one of the first ones out of the chute.
Yeah.
Nebraska and Cincinnati on August the 28th. And then the NFL doesn't start until, like, the first week in September, usually, Labor Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll play like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday on the opening weekend. I think the Chiefs have the Friday night game.
From Brazil? Rio,
I think it's
right?
Brazil or what.
Yeah.
How the hell they stick the Chiefs on an international game a week number one?
Eyeballs.
Yes, probably.
They know they'll draw the ratings. They know they'll draw the eyeballs. They can move you into those weird time slots because you're a sick fan base that just religiously follows your team wherever they go with whatever streaming platform they're on, when whatever time zone they're in. You can count on Chiefs Kingdom for one thing, though. They'll still be out and supportive, even if you're buying a 1-month subscription to whatever streaming packages it's on, and you watch one game and you dump it. You guys will follow.
I don't even know. I haven't.
That's going to be so hard to keep track of this year. More so this year than any other year, and it's only going to get worse with
all the streaming services,
and all the games that are going to be put on different streaming platforms. And
I'll miss the opening game for the Chiefs because I'll be doing high school football Friday. So that really perturbs me as well.
Mm-hmm.
That perturbs me. Keep that junk on the weekends. We got high school stuff on Friday nights. Nebraska plays a Friday game.
Yep. Minnesota.
Later on against Minnesota on October the 17th. Now we got NFL stuff starting to sneak into that Friday night time slot. I guess it's all right, huh?
Whatever happened to the good old-fashioned split the games in between the noon and 3 p.m. kickoffs and have one game Sunday night and have one game Monday? God, those were simpler times, weren't they?
And they were all on, you could tell what channel they were on.
Right.
You knew the Sunday games were split between this channel and this channel.
Yep.
You knew the Sunday night games were on this channel. You knew the Monday night games were on this channel. Now, sometimes you've got two Monday night games.
Sometimes they run in conjunction with one another. I heard that is going away, by the way.
I saw that.
ESPN's multiple kickoff times that go off at the same time on Monday night. It'll likely stay in existence for this season, but apparently they're phasing that out in 2026 because apparently somebody went into their marketing department and was like, hey, if we're going to showcase Monday Night Football, wouldn't it be a good idea to showcase all of the Monday Night Football and not have to kick off at the same time? Like, isn't that really stupid, guys? Yeah. That's
Splitting the football audience.
Splitting the football audience.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Maybe we should try to get all of the audience all the time because, hey, guys, look at what Scott Hansen does over here on NFL Red Zone. He captivates an audience for 7 straight hours because they just play football. And
Maybe
that's all
not.
they do. Now we're going to get...
No,
I'm going to be so mad. I am not... That's the one thing I'm dreading. I'm just dreading walking in and watching my NFL Red Zone be so commercialized that it's no longer the beautiful crown jewel that it was.
Have they come out with the details on how they're going to work that yet?
Yeah, a little bit. From what I understand, it's going to be just a lot of like nasty pop-ups on your computer. You'll just have a border, like when radio stations sell websites and they're like, oh, let's sell advertising space on our website, and you're looking for like a news article, but all you see is pop-up ads. That'll basically be like NFL Red Zone.
Oh, that will irritate you.
You'll have a tiny little screen that's actually showing the game. Your big screen TV that you bought 2 years ago is no longer valid because 40 inches of that big screen is going to be filled up with ad space, and you're going to be able to watch football on a 20-inch screen. Gone is the Octobox. Like, there's no way that can happen. 8 games all at the same time. I love the Octobox, but you're not even going to be able to fixate on one because there'll be microscopic TV action.
Oh, your blood pressure is going to go up during the football season.
It's just not going to be pretty.
No, you need to take additional medication. Yeah, because that was your life on Sunday.
It is. It's my sanctuary. It's my zen. It's my moment where I don't have to like worry about classes and students and work. It's Sunday. That's my recliner time. That's time for me to sit down and just watch football.
Red Zone.
Mindlessly for 7 straight hours. And it's a glorious zen that only a handful of people in this live lobby get to experience with me on a Sunday. And now you've gone and commercialized it and dirtied your hands on it because you're greedy.
The ESPN took over Red Zone channel.
And if you know me, you know that is like the quintessential thing that I fight against every day is the big dogs. The big dogs and the rich, man. I am like if Robin Hood was on a family tree somewhere, I'm sure we'd be a distant relative because I always fight for the little guy, man.
And we appreciate that.
And we had one good thing. And then the big conglomerates, the corporate suits, the people with all the money that run the world. Oh, let's take this over.
Well, it's kind of like this show. Yeah, we're the little guys.
We are the little. I mean, I don't even know for little guys, man.
I don't even know we register little guys. Taking on corporate America sometimes.
Dude, I love taking on corporate America.
That's why
It's not. I'm not battling it. I'm just better than it. Like that. That's how I live my life. That's my MO every day. Is let's just do better.
And we are.
Let's not do the same. Let's just do better.
And you and I are as we battle corporate America.
I think so.
Numbers prove it. Numbers prove it. Let's hear from Troy Dannon, shall we? Nebraska Athletic Director. As we kind of get ready for another season, he kind of put you hear the state of the state from.
Yep.
From, I guess the president does it. Even
State
some mayors. State of the Union, State of the city. Well,
State
Troy
of the
Dannon.
University.
Yeah, the State of the University kind of talked the other day. Met up with him, and he says basically it was a good year for the Huskers in 2024, 2025.
Competitively, I think we have 5 sports in the top 10. Bowl champion, crown champion, a couple of Big Ten champions. It was a really good year competitively. A lot to celebrate. We also went off the field. We had a 3.46 department GPA, which is a record at Nebraska. Nobody talks about academics anymore, but internally we talk about academics all the time. So everybody's very proud of that. We had 11 more academic All-Americans last year. We also did some really good things financially. We set a record with 17,663 donors. We also passed $70 million in donations last year for the first time, another Nebraska record. So Tyler Kai and his crew did a remarkable job. And then the other area where I think no one compares to Nebraska from an attendance standpoint, 2 things that I've learned to look at here. One is the women's 4, and it's if you take the FBS schools and the sports that we all or almost all compete in, the women's 4, which is volleyball, softball, basketball, and soccer. Our attendance last year was 337,000 in the women's sports. That's second in the country. Which is pretty remarkable. I think South Carolina was ahead of us. LSU was right behind us. And then the 7, if you expand it to include men's basketball, baseball, and football. So the 7 ticketed sports, we were at 1.3 million. That's 7th in the country, second in the Big Ten behind Ohio State. And I think 4 of the schools above us were 100,000-seat football stadiums. So 1.3 million in a population of a state with a population of 2 million is really remarkable. Just a credit to the fans. And, I saw it from a distance, but my first full year of living it, I saw the power of the fan base. But the windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror for a reason, so looking forward.
So looking forward to the 2025-2026 season, Troy Dannon says Nebraska will host 5 Big Ten championship events this year.
Both gymnastics, both outdoor track and field, and baseball. The track facility is progressing well. should be done by mid-fall. It's something we're all going to be very, very proud of when it's done. Seat about 2,500 people, and we'll bring in temporary bleachers for the Big Tens. We are moving forward with plans to expand Cook Arena. First time I've been able to formally call that, I think, in a session. When the winter sports season is over, we will take the plywood that's back behind the benches in my east, west, north, south. I'm not all the way there yet, but take that plywood out. The treads from the old basketball arena are still there. Put new seats on those. I think the capacity right now, I think we'll get to 10-2, but it give or take a few. And then the lower bowl will be replaced with seat backs, with the exception of one end where the students will be. That means all the students will go from the four corners to one end. And there's a reseating in volleyball. So a lot of work will take place inside of the arena at the end of the spring sports.
Yeah, we're listening to Troy Dannon, the athletic director for the University of Nebraska. He says this year they are focusing on events planning.
We've hired 2 of a 3-person events crew, special events division, if you will. We have to use our venues. One, a 10,000-seat venue. We have PBA at 16, and then we obviously have the stadium. We have to start thinking entrepreneurially. The days are past when we can just rely on, hey, there's 7 home football games, and we're going to shutter the stadium. We have to find ways to generate revenue. And I know everybody's tired of hearing about it, but we have to generate revenue outside of raising ticket prices. And one of the ways to do it are capitalize on the venues. One, it's also great for the community. It's heads in beds, but we have to start thinking heads in beds. We have to start thinking and acting like we're a convention visitors bureau. We can't be passive any longer and say, I hope somebody calls us and wants to perform in our stadium. So the idea of this events group is to actively pursue events. And we're having the Nebraska Chamber of Commerce in the West Side. I speak to in a couple of weeks. And I'm talking events from that to stadium shows to concerts to other events. And that's what this group is there to do. I know right now they're just getting here, but we're engaged with 3 different potential events for calendar year 26. We aren't going to see anything in the stadium this fall, but it takes time. Most of these are a year, 18 months in advance. So that's a big focus for us.
And speaking of Memorial Stadium, you've seen the various plans here in the past year or so about maybe making some changes about doing things to Memorial Stadium. But Troy Dannon says we're going to stay status quo on that.
In a normal time, a stadium project like this, all of this work would be done without anyone knowing we're doing it. But the fact that the project was out there in the public, approved to some degree in planning by the board, I think everybody's waited for the next step. We're continuing, basically looking at east, west, north, and south in totality. This week, the chancellor sent a note out talking about the structural deficit of the university. The president's spoken about some of the system-wide financial issues. There's going to be a lot of trauma ahead. We're not going to take anything to the board for their approval, and I don't know when we will. But the time is not now in the midst of what I would almost level some degree of crisis on campus, consternation at the very least, crisis at the very most. Now's not the time to debut a big capital project. But we're going to continue to work on the plans. We're going to continue to fine-tune the financial model. And at whatever point in time I think we can comfortably take it back, we'll take it back. But otherwise, I would just say status quo.
All right, again, this is Troy Dannon, the University of Nebraska athletic director, speaking to the media, kind of his State of the State address.
Talking about all the attendance numbers, talking about record number of donors, and yet we have a university system that's still needing to part ways with $20 million out of their budget. Like, now it's a crisis. Where'd the money go? Why don't we have enough money to renovate and do nice things with our stadium? Why can't we take that to the board? Why does Farmer Dave still have to sit on my lap every time I want to go to a Husker game?
Yeah.
Where's my upgrades? Where's the reward?
Well, I like the idea, and it's kind of a unique idea. God, we got a facility that seats 85, 90,000 people. We got a facility that seats 16, 17,000 people, and now we got a facility that seats 10,000 people. Why not use those facilities 12 months out of the year? What a unique idea.
We've been kind of screaming for that for a long time.
I know. Everybody's been screaming about that. Well, where can we get these big-time concerts coming in here? We've had a couple. But, God, we've got these great facilities. Why not use them 12 months out of the year? What a unique idea.
Treating the university like a convention and visitors bureau. That was a very unique quote that I heard from Troy Dannon in that.
And it's right. He's right. What happened to all the previous administrations? How come they didn't think of this? Use our facilities 12 months out of the year. Maybe generate some additional income. Now we've got beer sales at Memorial Stadium. Maybe we could get some money off of that. What great, unique ideas all of a sudden. The light has finally come on with some of our administrators.
Concession numbers are going to be 10 times what they've been in the past.
At least.
10 times.
The new concessionaire that took over concessions, They have invested $7 million, I heard during this talk. They invested $7 million into the operations at the Memorial Stadium to carry this out.
Most of that just going for beer. And it's going to get bought. And here's the thing that I just want to stress this, because I've heard it now from multiple people, and I just roll my eyes in the back of my head every single time it comes up. And we talk about beer sales, and we talk about it now being available at Memorial Stadium, and I hear, ooh, it'll be interesting to see how this will go, or, ooh, God, we're going to turn into Colorado, and we're going to throw beer. Like, what do you think we are? Do you have just some image of a drunk, obnoxious Husker fan being stupid and throwing shit on the field?
We'll have some.
I don't think we will, because I think we get it. I think we know how to operate at a football game. We have a football first mind fan base, and they get the product on the field. And I don't see the issues that everybody claims that we'll have. Colorado fans don't know how to act when they've been drinking alcohol. They just don't. And they don't know how to act because they haven't been there before. They haven't had that level of success. We have a fan base that we talk it, but we also walk it. And we have a fan base that goes in with a mindset of, we have a team that is trying to play championship level football. Let's be championship level fans. And I think that mantra really, really resonates with Big Red, where it doesn't resonate everywhere. Some people are just going to look and have a fun time and get drunk and watch a football game. And those people are across the border over in Colorado and down south, down in Texas. We have a mentality, we've been there before. We can act like we've drank a beer before. Like, I don't think we'll have a whole lot of, I remember my first beer moments at Memorial Stadium. So I don't see this being as bad as people are freaking out about. I mean, for God's sakes, like, most of the Big Ten has done it for years, and we haven't noticed anything when we go on the road. So it'll be okay.
And it might make the crowd a little bit more raucous and fired up. Most of those fans just kind of sit down and watch the game and never get up, never cheer, never clap their hands. Might get them fired up just a little bit, huh?
Lucy's fired up about alcohol. She says we'll have some because it gets clouded. Your judgment gets clouded.
We'll have some.
We're not. We're not going to have any issues. I don't see any issues coming from beer sales at Memorial Stadium, and I'll stand firmly by that, and I'll eat my words if I have to, if we have an outbreak. but we're going to be okay.
We're going to be all right.
Every little thing's going to be all right.
Yeah. And the money they're going to reap off of beer sales. Hell, you can't afford to get drunk.
People will buy.
Yeah, but you won't be able to afford to get drunk.
Husker beer money hits like vacation money. It doesn't really it doesn't exist.
If you want to charge $10, $12 for a glass of beer, so be it.
When I go to a baseball game, I get $12 beers, and it's fine.
You don't think twice, do you?
You don't, and you don't hesitate to keep running that card straight up the middle. Yep.
It's like when you go to Vegas. I know the drinks are $35, but hell, you're on vacation.
What is money? It's vacation money. This was meant to be burned.
And what a unique idea. Let's use these facilities 12 months out of the year. God. We've been yelling at that for as long as you and I have been together in this business.
No, it's been 20 years, yeah.
20 years.
I think we had that conversation 20 years ago in a similar time slot.
Yeah, why don't we have concerts and things coming to Nebraska? We got facilities to do it. Oh, we don't want to have a concert at Memorial Stadium. Why?
Well, what helped that was Scardy McCreary.
Garth was here too, wasn't he?
At Volleyball Day. I guess Garth was here at Memorial Stadium.
So it kind of broke the ice.
And you kind of see the impact, right? And you see the revenue come in, and then you're thinking, well, why didn't we do that a hell of a lot sooner?
All right, waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. This is a Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for this Tuesday.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Well, we just heard from Athletic Director Troy Dannon, who wasn't shy on his words. University of Nebraska budget crisis at the moment. The UNK is doing their part. They've announced that they'll be cutting $4.5 million from their budget over the next 2 years. The $4.5 million, part of roughly $20 million that the university system has to cut from their budget over the next 2 years. 2 years ago, the University of Nebraska Kearney had to cut $2.3 million from its budget under then former Chancellor Doug Christensen, which resulted in the elimination of 9 degree programs and 24.5 faculty positions. How do you get half a faculty position? The announcement was made by Dr. Neil Schnorr, UNK's newest chancellor, taking over in July after serving as president of Northern State University in South Dakota. Meanwhile, the Nebraska Department of Correctional Services continues with its emergency response plan following extensive roof damage to 2 of the housing units at the Nebraska State Pen. The damage occurring from those storms early Saturday morning. No reported injuries, and all impacted individuals safely relocated. Repairs will take at least 1 month. And 2 local cowgirls are among the more than 150 contestants competing at the Oregon Trail Rodeo in Hastings this weekend. Kelsey Lowenstein of Shickley, Jordan Swan of York will be competing in the barrel racing at the Adams County Fairgrounds from the 15th through the 17th. Contestants from 15 states will be competing this weekend as the Oregon Trail Rodeo partners in conjunction with Kool-Aid Days in Hastings. That PRCA rodeo features competition in 8 different events. Cowboy Up, 7:58. We'll swing things over to Mike Will. What's going down in sports?
Well, for the first time ever, Texas will open the college football season ranked number 1 in the AP Top 25 poll. The Longhorns received 25 first-place votes to give the Southeastern Conference the preseason number 1 ranked team for a record 5th straight year. Penn State was second. The Nittany Lions received 23 first-place votes and recorded their highest preseason ranking since they opened the season ranked number 1 in 1997. Ohio State is third in the preseason poll, followed by Clemson and Georgia. Rounding out the top 10 are Notre Dame, Oregon, Alabama, LSU, and Miami. Illinois is 12th. Michigan is 14th. Indiana is 20th. USC, Nebraska, and Iowa are receiving votes. 2 Nebraska football players have earned a single-digit jersey after a vote by the team. Wide receiver Dane Key will wear number 6, and defensive lineman Riley Van Poppel will wear number 5. A single-digit jersey is a great honor in Nebraska, It was a tradition started by Husker head coach Matt Rule. The 4 players that donned single-digit jerseys last year will retain those numbers this year. Vincent Shavers Jr. will wear number 1. Marquise Buford will wear number 3. And Malcolm Hartzog Jr. will wear number 7. Deshaun Singleton will wear number 8. That leaves 4 numbers unaccounted for. Numbers 0, 2, 4, and 9. Lincoln East will play Rockport of Indiana in the first game of pool play on Thursday at the American Legion World Series in Shelby, North Carolina. First pitch will be at 10. Lincoln East will be appearing in the American Legion World Series for the second time in 3 years. They finished runner-up in 2023. The other 2 teams in their 4-team pool are Portland, Oregon, and League City, Texas. Kansas City Royals beat Washington 7-4 last night. Same 2 teams will play at 6:40 tonight. That's a check in your sports headlines at 8 o'clock.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
We start off Tuesday morning with some patchy area of fog. Other than that, it'll burn off. Plenty of sunshine today and a high of 83. Slightly breezy. We'll have a north wind about 5 to 10. We can deal with that. 61 is the overnight low tonight, mostly clear. Sunny and 87 on Wednesday. As we go through the rest of the work and now school week, we'll be back into the 90s on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 91 on Thursday and upper 90s Friday into Saturday.
West winds at 5, humidity at 94% this morning. We've got cloudy skies. It is 63 in Hastings.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
I'm John Butler, Funeral Director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs. More.
Get ready, race fans. Cam Raceway is teaming up with Extreme Sports for an electrifying season of high-speed, dirt-slinging, adrenaline-pumping action. Every race night, we're bringing you live video coverage straight from the track, so you won't miss a single lap, pass, or photo finish. From non-wing warriors to cage karts, flat karts, and the A-class wing beasts, we've got it all. There's nothing like the roar of the engines, the smell of burning rubber, and the rush of dirt flying action right in front of you. So get to the track and experience it live. But if you can't make it, don't sweat. Extreme Sports has you covered. Buckle up, because this season is going to be fast, fierce, and unforgettable. Make sure you like and follow Extreme Sports on Facebook to get all the latest updates, and we will see you at the track.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
All right, Mike Willenstein, Center Bronick. It's Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. A Tuesday, the 12th day of August. For a lot of kids, this will be the final day of their summer break. They head back to school tomorrow.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah, some kids head to school tomorrow. I think others will go on Thursday.
I got a whole nother week, baby.
Whole nother week before you have to report for official duty.
I hope so.
Yeah, so the kids back in school here this week.
Now I better check.
We've got fall practice got underway yesterday. Some football teams kind of had to dodge the weather yesterday. Had those periods of heavy thunderstorms move through here yesterday, so some of the area teams had to dodge the thunderstorm activity. If they had the morning practices scheduled, I know Adams Central, they elected to go in the afternoon yesterday, so they were in the clear. But a lot of teams have practiced yesterday morning. They just go ahead and play in the rain. They couldn't have yesterday.
Why not? It's rain.
We had torrential downpours yesterday. You're not going to open up fall camp in a downpour, are you?
Where?
What do you mean where?
It didn't torrential down. Was it
yesterday?
It wasn't torrential.
I had to run some errands yesterday morning after the show.
Yeah.
I was in heavy rain throughout most of the morning.
It was a light rain.
No, torrential downpour.
Our definitions are vastly different. Torrential downpour is like when you have the windshield wipers on full blast and you can't even see because
I think we had over an inch of rain yesterday.
I think, yeah, but it didn't all come down at the once.
Oh, it was a torrential downpour.
Wow.
Over here on the eastern side of things.
Yeah, we were just a light drizzle throughout the day.
On the western side?
Sure, there was raindrops, but it was like just a steady rain. It wasn't torrential.
We had a lot of rain on the east side.
You can play in a steady rain. Anyways, throw Fresno State into your AP watch list.
Fresno State?
Fresno State, I'll give you a reason. They have named their starting quarterback, and he's a pretty good one. As far as pedigree is concerned, the son of Hall of Famer Kurt Warner, E.J. Warner, has been named starting quarterback at Fresno State.
I'm just looking. Are they in the poll?
I doubt it.
Fresno State. Let me look here.
Probably not even receiving votes.
Fresno State not appearing in the top 25.
Let's go ahead and push them ahead.
Let's see. Fresno State is nowhere to be seen.
And that is why polls are garbage.
So you got Fresno State, maybe a team to watch?
Yeah. One of those teams out of the tiny conferences that can probably run their conference table. I think, what are they in the glorified Mountain West, aren't they?
Who knows anymore?
The lipstick Mountain West conference that they put on.
So Kurt Warner's son is now the quarterback?
Yeah.
Ty Simpson, he's going to open the 2025 season as Alabama's starting quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth year on campus, served as Alabama's backup quarterback each of the past 2 seasons, so he'll move up, take the reins there. Redshirt sophomore Austin Mack and true freshman Keelan Russell were the other 2 quarterbacks competing for the job, but Kalen DeBoer is going to go with Ty Simpson.
He's earned it.
As he takes over starting quarterback's position at Alabama.
I wouldn't be surprised if Alabama doesn't bounce back right back into the conversation. They had a kind of a rough year last year.
Kind of. Kind of a rough year.
The whole loss to Vanderbilt thing, I think that kind of derailed things for Coach DeBoer. Alabama standards, it was a horrible year.
Oh, yeah.
Nebraska, it was, that'd be nice if we could do that. But, no, I think Alabama is due for a bounce back. I think Oklahoma is overrated. When you talk about teams in the polls that are overrated, I'd throw Oklahoma into that conversation. Ole Miss, I think, is going to have a step back. But all these topics and more as we continue to count down towards college football. We'll dive more into some team previews and where we think teams are going to go. And so that conversation for another time. But, yeah, throw Fresno in the mix. Just announced 11 minutes ago. E.J. Warner, starting quarterback.
All right. If you'd like to listen to the show again, you can go to our podcast section, any one of our social media sites, and download the podcast. Listen to the show at your convenience throughout the day. We'll do it again tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock starting time here on Extreme Sports. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors about us. Love to have you join us here on Huddle Up each and every weekday morning between 7 and 8. Have yourself a great day.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7